So recruitment focuses are always pretty useless on FM, and especially on FM 26 since they removed some of the region scouting, they really are not so great. But this method I found really does allow us to bring through and find a lot of A-class talent and a really lot of high recommended players, as well as finding wonder kids for your team. So you can already see the amount of quality we've already found here, and this method always allows 50 players in progress every month or every so often when it resets, which is also really good for progression within the save. So you can see some of the players I've found over the save using this method. This is without checking the players every month. So if you're really looking into finding the players every month and checking them when they came through, maybe finding some 15-year-olds, I'm sure using this method there would be some real talent to find. This method seems to work really well through every level of football. I'm sure if you have a higher rep and that sort of thing, you're obviously going to be able to attract the best of the best. But really throughout wherever you are in your save, you're really going to be able to attract some good players. And you can see some of the quality here. So many 5-star potential ability players. Some that are really good current ability as well. This guy here looks really good for how much he is. I know he's 19, but he really does look like high quality. I know there's a few Mexicans a bit further down and a few Brazilians who we can probably take out for quite a low fee. This guy here looks pretty insane as well. So you can see there's a lot of talent really to be found using this method. Yeah, so I won't mess you about much longer. Let's get straight. So quite obviously press create recruitment focus, any position will do and any name obviously will do. I think I'd type in test 123 for this example, which I do. So minimum current ability, I like to drop it quite low. If you go into the grey stars at any point, that seems to work pretty well. Minimum potential ability as well, obviously depends what level you're at. I'm at PSG here, so quite a big club, so I do drop that to 2 stars as well. Depends what age you want your wonder kids to be. Maybe you want them to be 18. You want to pick them up really early, but I don't mind. I'm happy to see them at 21 as well. So we'll skip over the scouting areas for now. That's kind of the main part. Another important thing is you want to set it to ongoing, and finally you really want to give 3 of the best scouts this thing at least 3. Obviously, you're at a small club that might not be possible, but try pick a 3. Maybe it would work with 4 and 5. I haven't tested that yet, but 3 seems to do a really good job. And same for performance analysts. You really want to be able to pick 3 of those. Obviously, if you don't have them yet, it should still work to a decent level. And finally, untick bringing in players from other areas. So the key part of this really is in this scouting areas part. So firstly, you're going to want to add every single region into this filter. So everything from Asia, Africa, Oceania, Europe, North America, South America, you want to add anything into this. It'll bring everyone in, and as many as you like, it doesn't make a difference. I think it's around 25 once you've added them all in. Next, you want to be able to add in all the international tournaments. The youth ones are the really most important ones, and these will keep coming in through the year. So if you check every week or every 2 weeks, maybe a different youth tournament has started, and you can add that in. Next is really with the leagues. So you can see we've got things like the UEFA Youth League, which is a really good one to add in. And next you can kind of add into the different leagues as well. I do misclick there, but you can add in the under 21s from each league if you really want to do that, and that obviously works if you're a bit of a small club. Instead of just scouting the things like the Premier League, you're looking at the youth leagues. You do have to have the leagues as playable to be able to scout the youth leagues, though if they're only on view only, you can just add the main league. But obviously you will probably find some more talent and more players if you've got them on playable. So it's definitely something to think about if you think that balance is worthwhile with the potential harm it will do to gameplay. But that's all we need to add on for now, and that should be fine. Obviously, as more youth tournaments get added on through the year, hopefully you can add them on, and I've seen people with up to 70 things on this, so it really can get quite large. As you can see here, the screen's a bit glitched, but I had up to 51 at one point in this save while I was testing this out. So yeah, this does really bring through some great talent. I do believe I go through some more of them at the end. Let's double check. But yeah, it really does bring through some great talent straight away. You can see some of the quality that I'm getting through. If you can pick some of these guys up at 15 or 16 or 17, maybe get them homegrown, that's something that could be really useful for your save and really help you develop. I feel like recruitment focuses are always quite underused in FM, and they're not very useful at all. So yeah, this is definitely a great method to make the most out of them and find some really good talent early on in your career. But this is one of the best guys I probably found in this save. So for 18.5 million, I think that's one really good quality. If you could pick him up almost passively in your save, yeah, that's the sort of talent you can expect to get by doing this method.